You need a lunch. Oh, my lunch. No, your dinner, right? Your dinner.
मेरे यहाँ
So 1:30?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
1:30.
1:30, ma'am.
Okay.
बस
So 1:30
बस
to
बस
huh?
बस
Two.
What? Sorry?
1:30 to
1:30 to what? 3 p.m.?
2:30.
1:30 to 3:30, right? That's too much. We can have like a break and
2:15.
dinner or lunch and sleep, everything. That's gonna be too long. So we're going to be both kicked out of the college then, right? If we're going to have 1 hour break. Correct?
yes ma'am.
Yes, I don't have that much power, I have little power, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, plus minus 5 minutes would be affordable.
Very fine.
Let's 1 by 145. 145 with plus
1:50, ma'am.
minus.
50, yes, ma'am.
1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m., ma'am. Enough.
Okay. To be honest, right? We all return from 1:30 to 2 p.m. No plus
Yes, ma'am.
minus.
Yes, ma'am.
No
Done.
plus
Done.
minus. Okay.
Ma'am, I have
So
a question.
We are with you, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm always with
Appreciate
you,
it.
ma'am.
Appreciate it. Yes, I cannot teach without your cooperation. You know that. I have a knowledge,
Yes, ma'am.
skill. I have a knowledge, skill, experience, and you have a cooperation. You have a will to learn, right? So
Ma'am.
that's how we
you,
work.
ma'am. We
Yeah,
will cooperate you.
that's how we work together.
It's actually
Yes. What a question you have? What question?
Ma'am, I just want to ask a question about the assignment.
study table.
Go ahead. Someone can mute himself or herself. Someone can mute himself or herself. That's gonna help us. Otherwise, we're going to hurt each other ears. Yeah. So please mute yourself. If you're not talking to me, not talking to the class fellow related to the course contents, so please mute yourself. Or you want me to do it for you? Well, if I mute you, I won't let you to unmute then. That's gonna be difficult for you. Then you're going to be speechless. You cannot speak anything then. Better you do it at your side. Yes, go ahead. What is the question?
Ma'am, I'm trying to send you the file, but it's just still loading for some reason. Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Cancel
Ma'am,
it
please
out.
check this.
What is your
Ma'am,
name?
ma'am, I sent it. Gurinder Singh.
Gurinder, don't send me here in the text. You want me to check here?
I have a question about this. Can you
Okay.
please check it and tell me if I need to cut something out of it, because I have taken a lot of screenshots.
You mean you want me to double check, right? Double check.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the double time. Double check means double time.
Yes, ma'am. I have some doubts. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this time is critical. Especially related to the gradings and all those kind of things. That's really critical. So let me see if I can quickly check it. You better drop it in the Dropbox. You push it in the Dropbox and I will check it there. That's an easier way because to address your issues and all those things.
I just want to confirm if that's this is fine or not.
Okay, as you insisting, and let me see if I can open it. It doesn't open up. See, that's a point. It's giving me time not to allow me to open from this chat window. Let's go to download. Okay, so this is maybe yours. Steep, right? No, this one.
800124820.
867.
820, ma'am. Last three digits.
Okay, this one. Okay, so virtual machine sounds, and then you install it. Gurinder, right? Server 1, server 2. Sounds okay. Up to how to install Windows Server. How to install? Don't say how to install because you're not teaching someone. You are presenting your work, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
you better say installing Windows Server 2013, sorry
Okay, ma'am.
2012 on virtual machine. When I am addressing you, then I'll tell you how to do that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, okay, so uh, let me go back to the document. Not this one, the Word one, right? This one. Okay, then you attach your, okay. Uh, that's fine. What I need, actually, yeah, the screen where you have entered your name, that is very important, right? After installation is step number 7. That is important step. And then you had mentioned on Windows Server 2. That's very true. That's good. Yes, on both server you say this is my Gurinder server 1, Gurinder server 2, okay? And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
you go to the 7. You don't need to show me each and every screen involved. Not has to. That's fine if you like, and there's no problem. Yeah, but you should show me that you log in with your like in Gurinder has installed. How do I know that you have installed that? You show me your administrator under this is very good screen. I Yeah, I like your work. Sounds good and you can submit it too. If you don't mind, I can share this last screen with other people. So just
Yes,
in
ma'am.
case other people know what exactly the main Gurinder, if you don't mind, I can share your last page of this
Sure, ma'am.
document.
Sure, ma'am. No worries.
Okay, so because that's your stuff. Okay, please mute yourself. If I mute you all, then you're going to all shut up. You better mute yourself. Um, this one, this screen is very important. For Windows 7 you install, right? So you install client and on every computer, 3 virtual machine you set it up, you should reflect it is belongs to you, right? Like he attached a screenshot after installation that this is I am the administrator on this machine, right? You understand what I mean? It reflects that you went through all the steps, right? It reflects this screen is in confirmation that this guy has installed this virtual machine on this guy has installed the Windows 7 on this machine, whether it is a physical or virtual. For Windows 7 Windows 7 doesn't know that, right? Whether you have installed it on virtual machine or on physical machine, right? But it behaves exactly in the same way. So don't forget to include this screen. Yeah, that is good. Reader. Yes.
But it is not possible now,
Thank you,
ma'am,
ma'am.
because we already submitted our lab.
So how do I know it belongs to you? How do I know? I mentioned it in that you show me the computer name change or something like that, right? So when I showed you the demonstration, and I told you that you should have your virtual machine under your name. If you didn't do that, then I'm not going to consider that it is yours. You understand what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Take the screenshot from the properties. It's mentioned in the right hand side corner.
Yeah.
It's our
Well, you don't have to mention all the procedures. So you go to the server
हाँ
and then
अरे क्लास लाऊं था यहाँ पे 12-17 हो रखे हैं ब्रो या मैं दिखा
I think he better stay in a waiting room, right? Because he always be busy over phone during the class. So let him to finish his call in the waiting room. So here, what I was telling you, this one, you know, those kind of conversation really distract everyone. And you, I'm not sure, but it does distract me that someone is talking loudly in just like in physical classroom. You come in the class along with your cell phone, no problem. But you start talking to someone over the phone, and your teacher is just standing in and trying to explain something, and you say, hey, how are you? I'm doing my class. Do you know I am in class? So this is this and this is this. What the hell you're talking about? What you're doing here? Better not to come in. Stay in the waiting room. Yes. So this is the server 3 I showed you under the demonstration. So there, if you turn on your machine, I need to see this screenshot, right? So that this is a proof that you had created a virtual machine under your name. Procedure I had mentioned pretty much in detail, just in case any doubt. You may ask on discussion forum with your friend. Okay, so if I go to this one, right? This is it. Well, I can check everybody's work. That's my job, you know. But please give me a favor. Submit it on Dropbox. I'll check. I'll try to check it in last half an hour. Okay. Just in case if there is any immediate correction you want, I'll see. Well, you should be fine. That this is not something which I think you guys are good. Apparently, you guys, the way you contribute, looks like you going to do some good thing. Is that correct? Yes. Well, the people who can attend the class at 7 o'clock, they can really learn something, right? True? Okay, so you come on this machine and on your server, and then
Ma'am, what do we have to press after that?
that's a big concern, right? So last time some people were stuck on this.
Yeah, because there's no control key on my laptop.
Okay, so that is a special case. That's a special case, right? You have a you have a Mac, Apple Mac, right?
No, ma'am, it's a HP laptop.
HP? You don't have control key there?
Install on-screen keyboard.
Yeah, you can use on-screen keyboard. Yes, you see
tried,
here.
but it's not working.
Well, there is an option under the virtual machine. You know, let me show you.
Off your hotkeys.
There is an option. I think so. Under your virtual machine, you go here, input, keyboard setting, insert. How do you like? Host and Del. This is Control Alt Del key combination. This is how it is. This is how it is. Host keys basically is designed by default is right hand side control key. You know, most of the computer keyboard comes up with 2 keys for control and 2 keys for alt, right? One is right hand and another is you know, left hand. So what you're gonna do for this, from here, if I hit the Control Alt Del key, I'm gonna be on this screen, right? Everybody gonna be like this. It's not only for me, because this is the host machine task window, right? But I need to be inside my virtual machine login page. So what you need to do, use the right hand side Control and Del. Only 2 key combination, not 3. Only you require 2. You can change this setting. This is the default setting. You can change this default setting to your own choice, right? So you can use some soft keyboard. You click on this one. Just choose this one. You know. Just is that correct? Got it, Kabil?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So so once you Anybody who has a problem with the right hand control, I don't have right hand control key. Really? If it is the case, no problem. You go to the soft keyboard. Okay? So initially, but right after that, just to log in and then you can use your hard keyboard. So let's enter our password, which we mutually agreed to use. Not this one? Really? Maybe. Oh, okay. This is not the one which we mutually agreed to use. This one was the one which we mutually agreed to use on it. Anyway, so now the question is, you gave me this screenshot, right? So you gave me this screenshot. How do you get there? A snip tool, right? So you use the snip tool. I think I mentioned those all things, but that was Sunday. You might be about, you said that I am just about to fall asleep, you know. But try to manage those things, you know. This one I needed, right? So you paste it in your Word document. Snip allows you to clip only particular part. Control all print screen you can also use all the time. That's available. You know, it shows the compatibility code after the installation. Okay, good, very good. Installation is not completed. I done this step, but on the step of the installation is not complete. It shows a compatibility report after installation. Parminder, what happened? Okay, compatibility is very important. You know,
Yes.
you know what?
Don't know why after.
If if I'm trying to push in like in USB drive, you know, thumb drive in my my Ethernet jacket, you know, Ethernet terminal, would it go through? No, because USB thumb has a different shape and it cannot plug in into the Ethernet port. The compatibility we address and have been I'm addressing since the beginning. You know, I made some link there available. I think did you try accessing those things which I posted on D2L, this one? So this is a very good reference. You can refer my lectures and my discussion from this one as well. This is very good book. I think can be accessible online. You can find it out online easily. And it has like all the steps what I had mentioned you, right? Don't take the screenshot from here, you know, because I need to see your personalized work. But it is for your reference and just to cross check it. Hey, I'm doing right or wrong, right? Well, you cannot ping all the time me, Bishra, is it correct or no? Right? Because this is current beer can be in, but not 748. Let him to finish his call. He's talking since Sunday class. 3 hours he was keep talking, and then I insisted him to mute. You know, he has so many friends, and I think so everybody want to talk and love to talk to him. More specifically during the class time, you know. I don't know why. Anyways, so do you have some other friends who love to talk to you during the class time? Well, I have so many people I want to talk, but I kept them whole until I finished my class. Do you know that? Really? You know, what we need to do, we have to do it first. So, what I was telling you, you find this in link, right? Right? Check it out. My point is, you need to show me personalized work. I need to, because 60 people's class, I cannot just check everybody's computers. That's the thing. And all the simplest thing is you give me the information here. You click on this link, right? And you get to there and you change it to as like your friend Gurinder did the same thing. He showed me all the three machines by changing their computer name. It has to be. Otherwise, there is going to be default name, and default name is pretty much same for all computers.
बेड कौन
Default
सा
name,
दूर है ये रहा
uh,
बेड
when or something like that, right? So that's going to be same for most of the people. So I would like you to change it to the one. Uh,
क्या हुआ
all right. Make sense? Yes, is there any other question?
No, ma'am.
All right. So just in case, just double check if you had placed the names, because this screen is going to be similar for everyone, right? So if I ask you take the screenshot from here to this edge, that's going to be too big for you to take it. All you need to do, go to the local server and go to the snip tool and take the new snip, and then and then you may include this corner, the left corner, but it's going to be like the screen not going to be too clear. You give me the this is screenshot. Hey, I install it. This is my server 1 or this server 2. How do I know that you showed me this one, right? So after this is screenshot which includes your, you can have it when you all done with all 3 machines, right? Or one after. That's going to take more steps. Then better to take just one screenshot showing all the virtual machines. You don't have to include each and every machine, just the one which is related to the course. Correct? Anything else? All right. So everybody has done the installation or having any other problem? Compatibility. So yes, I got one question again. My system is not compatible. How to check the compatibility? I think I mentioned it earlier. You have to check with the resources you have it on your computer. I think I mentioned this part where what is the requirement, and the link is also given, which indicates all the requirements. And if you don't fulfill this requirement, then your system is not going to accept it. This is the basic requirement. So processor, okay, this is also 64-bit. This is the frame. Okay, who has a problem with the compatibility report? Who has a problem with the compatibility report? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
We got
Who-
no problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Who has a problem with the compatibility report?
No one, ma'am.
There was one girl, I think, she was reported that she has a problem with compatibility.
Maybe
Oh.
parminder.
Huh? I can quickly look at the computer if you like. If you had a problem, I can quickly look at it. Because this has to be set up on your machine today. If not, then you cannot continue the rest of the activities, lab activities. Well, you can come, you welcome always to come in the class, but in order to do the lab part and assignments. assignments are not addressing directly, but anyways, for the lab activities. Yes. Yes. You like me to look at your computer?
Yeah.
What is your name?
Parminder.
Parminder? Okay. Parminder, I'm gonna send you, if you other friends don't mind me to look at your computer, because it's gonna be visible to all. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grant you the permission. So you get it and share your screen with me or with us, whatever.
What means 2 seconds.
Confused. 7 minute late means 7% minus. That's fine, Sometimes, we pay the fine and then next time we remember,
Ma'am, can I show you after the break?
No problem.
Okay.
As you like, as you feel comfortable. That's I thought you need an immediate assistance, and that's why if you're not feeling comfortable, that's your problem.
Ma'am, I'll try one time more. If not, then I'll show you.
Better not to waste time, Parminder. You better share it to me now. My suggestion, because the way you're going to repeat the same thing, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I closed it, so just give me 2 minutes. I'll open it.
Okay.
Ma'am, can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead. I gave you permission. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Now you can share yours.
Can you see?
Yeah.
After this,
Oh, Windows 7 has a problem with the compatibility. Okay.
Ma'am, Windows 7 and also the servers also.
Also server has a problem? Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
So, okay, so server has a problem. Don't do that. Don't do that if it is giving the problem. Exit out. Let me check another thing. Exit out. This red X on the right side. This is the blue. The one red. Yes. Exit out. Yes. Say yes. 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 Okay. So you go to exit out this installation. Exit out. Yes. Go to the virtual machine main page, please. Go to the virtual machine. Exit out. Don't repeat it. Just close it. I need to see. Your virtual machine setting. Yes. Please exit out. Exit out means close it. The red button. That's an X cross. So if you press this one, that will close the application. Yes, close it. I think screen is frozen. Refresh your screen. I cannot see. Exit out and go to your virtual machine box, the main page where you have all virtual machine listed.
This ma'am.
Yeah, exit out first. Close it. Close this red button. Yes, press this red button.
Which one?
That's where your cursor is residing, exactly at that point. Yes, press this one. Press it, click on it. Oops. Yes, close this one too. Yes, you close it. Say okay. And now, yes. Now, can you share your virtual machine list, Oracle box?
Sure.
I'll tell you, Kapil, how to enable remote desktop. One second, let me help this girl and then I'll continue the topic.
Can you?
Okay, yeah, I can see your machine now. What you're gonna do, make it bigger, a little bit bigger. It's too small for me to look at it. Make it a little bit maximum. Yes, this is maximum, okay. Can you right click your, just go to anyone, yes, select. Okay, go to the setting of, yeah, just client 2, you were on client, right? Okay, go to the client machine, yes. Okay, go to the setting. So the setting. It's a Windows 7 machine and this one you had created. Okay, so you had created a Windows 7 machine, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You had chosen when you were creating virtual machine, then you had chosen Windows 7. Otherwise, 7 was not appears here. You know? You understand what I mean? Okay, so you go to the setting. No, you go to storage. So this is the file you had linked it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, looks fine. Cancel it. Cancel and minimize this virtual box. Virtual box, minimize it. Yes, this minus sign. Yeah, minus sign. Just on the same side. Yes, the first one. This is the minimize button. Minimize it. Click on it. Once you click, it's going to be minimized. Now go to your Windows tab, right, left corner at the bottom.
Yes.
Left corner at the bottom. No, you minimize it first. I cannot see. Still is there.
What, ma'am?
So you minimize VirtualBox.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I still see your VirtualBox. I want this VirtualBox disappear from my vision. I need to see your desktop. Okay. Now go to right corner, left corner where you have Windows button in your host machine on your main computer.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Okay, so right click on it. Right click on it. No, you disable the screen share. You share your screen again.
Sorry.
Yes, your screen share is disabled. So go to the yes machine. Right click on it. Right click and go to the place where does it say system. Yes. So what configuration you have? Looks like you have pretty 1.19 gigahertz. Okay, 8 GB of memory. Okay, and 64-bit operating system. How much hard drive you have? 8 GB of memory. Okay, go to C drive and see how much hard drive space is left there. C drive. No, not from here. Go to, yes, exit out. That's fine. 1.19 should be good. 1.19 gigahertz should be good. Go to your C drive. Click on your, okay, click on this folder, the yellow folder on the status bar bottom, where you have gift bag and all those explorer. Yes, the yellow folder. Right beside, no, go further left. The yellow folder. Go further left. Yes, click on it. Okay, go to the C drive on the left. So check the C drive. Go bring your this bars down. Scroll bar down on the left side. On the left side, there are two rotations. Yeah, left side. Yes. Just bring it down. Go to down further. Now click on C drive. Yes. Okay, where is it? Go to the property, right click it, Right click on C drive. No, right click on C drive. Right click on C drive. Those things this is the part of the course, and I'll teach it some other time in this course. Anyways, go to the property. Yes. Go to the property. See how much space you have. Used space is 983.4. What is the size of your C drive? How bigger it is? Do you know that?
One second.
So you have pretty much good space. Yeah, your system doesn't have any problem. Okay, maybe you following along some mistakes. What I can suggest you? Yes. What I can.
What's the issue?
Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, go back to your virtual box. Go to your virtual box. Yes, your system is compatible, has no problem with compatibility. You good. Your system is good. Okay, can you do one thing? Parminder, server 1 is installed or not installed? It's not installed. Okay, if not installed, then go to right click on it. Right click on no, don't do that. Right click on it and delete it.
Okay.
Remove it. Yes, delete it. All files. Now you will do it same thing with some others. But first, go to the server 2 is not installed yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, has same problem. Okay, you remove it. Just kick it out, remove it out from your machine. Yes, we don't need to keep the problems. Okay, so now go to the machine, and you see the blue circle on the left side. Just click on new. Okay, this is the place where you enter your machine name, your whatever. Yes, your student ID, etc. Make it bigger so I can see. I cannot see it. It's pretty small. So, and then Windows 7 64.
One second. Mohit, can I write?
Huh? Your student ID, yes. Your student ID and Parminder, sorry, machine name. No. Wait a minute. Yeah, you can just keep it like your student ID Parminder dash server 1.
Parminder.
What is your name? What is your first name? I don't remember. What is your first name?
Parminder.
Okay, from dash server 1. Okay. Now go to. Okay, this is the machine you're going to select it. Select the server 2012. Say next. Go with the default. Don't do it anything else. Yes, go with the default. Okay, now you're going to go to the storage. Yes, and yeah, you good. Storage and link it to the point. Very good. Excellent. Go to the folder. The file you have downloaded, which version you've downloaded? I'm doubted now. Which version of file?
Link that you sent.
The link I had provided on D2L, right? So that was but it has different flavors there, right? I had suggested to download.
Ma'am, which you sent in the discussion chat.
Okay, so that is also posted on D2L, right? So this is a 2012 evaluation version, right? 2012 R2. 2012 R2.
Yeah, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Right? So okay, if you had downloaded the good one, that's fine. I believe on it. And then go to virtual machine back.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, go back
Actually,
to
the link which you
virtual
provided in D12 is not working. That image is not working actually.
Well, that is the Microsoft page, and it is all links are there working. It's not some like hacking link.
No, I am
which
saying that that file is around
ਟਿੱਕੀਆਂ ਵੀ
2
ਬਹੁਤ
GB,
ਸਵਾਦ
but the
ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ।
official file which I downloaded was
ਨਹੀਂ ਨੂਨ ਹੀ
around
ਵੱਧ
4
ਪਾਣਾ।
GB.
well, that's your call, dear. So you can download whatever you like. Anyways, so the link is a Microsoft page and it is a working
ਜਿਹੜਾ
link,
ਹੁਣੇ ਆਟਾ
and I
ਗੁੰਨ ਕੇ
did
ਉਹ
also
ਟਿੱਕੀਆਂ ਬਣਾਉਂਦਾ
download
ਵਧੀਆ
from
ਬਣਦੀਆਂ।
there. But the thing is, how do you use it? That's another thing, right? So
Actually,
ਬਰਫ਼ ਦਾ ਉੱਪਰ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ
there are
ਰੱਖੋ।
two link
ਬਰਫ਼ ਦਾ
from
ਕੰਟਰੋਲ
Microsoft.
ਰੱਖੋ ਅੱਜ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਪੀਤਾ ਪਾਣੀ
So
ਜਮਾ
you can
ਖਰਾਬ ਸੀ।
check it here. This one is
well,
around 2 GB. But if we download it from like searching from Google,
ਪੀ ਲਓ
the file is around 4 GB.
well, that's your call. Don't mix, don't confuse other people's. Okay, that's your call.
ਦਹੀਂ
Don't
ਤਾਂ
confuse other people's, please.
This virtual machine is not working, so that's why.
No, that's not the reason. Don't impose your thought everywhere. Anyways, so one thing, let me double check what he's saying. 1 second, I'm going to double check it in on my side as well. Well, you have your own experience, so it's not the thing, it should be the same for other people's. Everybody has going to make their own experience. The good thing is if you can please follow the instructions. That is 2 GB is exactly 3.9 GB. Yes, that is a 3.9 GB. This is the link I downloaded from 3.9. That links also gives 3.9 GB. If you had chosen the wrong thing there, that's another thing. I downloaded from there 3.9 GB from the same link which I had provided you people. Well, all the information are tested and confirmed. Otherwise, I won't give it. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So, anyways, thanks for sharing your experience. So, yes, Parminder, go back to the download link page. Let me see how did you download.
I have
Yes.
same file as Parminder, 4.23 GB, and all the name is same and mine is working well.
Yes, everybody
Yes,
should
ma'am,
be
same
working.
here.
Yes, everybody should be working. That's. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, can you make this? Let me finish with her. Can you make your screen a little bit bigger? Yeah, the link where you downloaded. No, go to the Explorer where you have don't exit out anything until I ask you. Yes, go to the Explorer where you have the link for download. No, not here. The Explorer means Internet Explorer. Yes. Okay, let me see, what did you download here? Server. This is the wrong thing you downloaded. That's the problem. No, that is the problem. I didn't say that download Hyper-V. Yes, this is the one you need to download and select ISO. You have, there is tons of products under Microsoft. This is the Microsoft official page. There are tons of products. Maybe you find them under the same name, like I told you, 2012 release Essential, 2012 Hyper-V server. Hyper-V server is different. If you download Hyper-V server, you're going to be messed up. So this is the one which you need to download. Make sure that you're downloading Windows Server 2012 release 2 in ISO. Yes, continue now. Did you download the Hyper-V version, Parminder?
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, because you had selected this one. It means you downloaded Hyper-V version before. So you can remove it anyways from your virtual machine. That's a wrong link.
Okay.
You have chosen wrong ISO, not the wrong link. Link is okay. That's a Microsoft official link. Okay. So, well, there are so many places to have the same information. Server down, this 2012 server. There are tons of links on Google. which can tell you, hey, go there and there and there and have it download, right? But all those links will take you on this page from wherever you go. I guarantee you. You try 100 links from Google, you click on it, but finally they will bring it to this page, which is the Microsoft page. No other, no one can download it from any other place. Microsoft, they don't let the peoples to get their stuff from everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so you fill up this form as you did it before. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, ma'am. Now I can do it.
Yeah, try to, if you haven't downloaded this one
Excuse me,
before.
ma'am.
So yes.
I was talking about my experience. She has
Yeah.
downloaded the correct file. You can see it here. It's 4.4 GB.
Well, that's the sizes does not really matter. The Hyper-V will give you if Hyper-V will give you the same size.
Ma'am, actually the name is also same for my Windows 20 web server.
Okay, so you mean that she didn't install, she did not download Hyper-V?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then connect it and let me see what other options, if you think like that. Okay. Okay, Parminder, then go and carry on the process. Let me see how do you do the other steps. Yes, link that file because your friends are insisting that you downloaded the correct one, even you're not sure about it. So now link it again to the file. Yes, 9096. Yes, okay. If it didn't work, then you have to download it again from the link I'm telling you. Okay, that's the last attempt you're doing. If it didn't work out, then you have to download the one which I'm telling you. Let me see how does it goes. So say next.
ਉਹ ਹਰਿਆਣੇ ਦੇ ਆ
So that is the English language only options. Is good options we have.
2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਦੇਖ ਲੈਣਾ
I'm actually already
One
download
second.
this link second time.
Okay, so this one data center. You're going to select data center GUI version. Say next.
ਉੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ
Agree what they are saying.
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਮੱਥਾ ਮਾਰਨਾ
Say next. Yes. Say next with the default. Did you follow the same steps, right? Hopefully.
Now I got it, ma'am. Thank you, Mohit.
Let it to finish. No, I won't leave you now alone. Let me see
5/18
how
ਨੂੰ
does it work.
ਪਰਸ ਨੂੰ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ
Well, you don't have to follow my link, Mohit. Not necessarily, but my links are official one, right? So you are free to follow whatever the resource you like to have because there is no resource restriction in this place. You can follow along with whatever other resources, but I guarantee you wherever link, whichever Google link you click on it, it will take you to Microsoft page. Finally, they will say blah blah kind of things, but finally they will bring it to the same page.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, in future reference, that's totally fine. Yes, you can go along with your flow. That's how some people learn. I'm not saying that you are restricted to listen me and follow me only, right? So no, we cannot learn like that. So you're free to do it what you like, but don't impose it to other people's place. Don't insist it, okay? Because you're not experienced in this field.
I was only asking, like,
That's
happened
okay.
with-
That's okay. It happens. That's your thought, but not necessarily it is correct. because that requires some experience. Things, things comes up with some experience. Try to learn some and earn some experience through this course. Yes, then you can insist that yes, this is the correct and that's not correct. But next time I'm telling you, you're free to follow whatever resources and the links you like to. I don't restrict the peoples to just to follow the particular link I am giving you, but that is always useful and it saves a lot of time and efforts if you're following correctly.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਅਗਸਤ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਆਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਬਸ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਆ ਵੀ ਕਦੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ
ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਚੱਲ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕਹਤਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਫੋਨ ਕੱਟਤਾ ਫਿਰ ਫੋਨ ਪੁੱਛ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਸਟ ਕਹਦਾ ਲਾਸਟ ਵਕਤ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਖੜਾ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ 35 ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ 35 ਮੰਗ ਦਿਆ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਚੱਲ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਲਾਸਟ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਕਰਕੇ ਚੱਲ ਗਏ ਮੋਟਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਇਦੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡਾ ਵੇਚਣ ਦਾ ਮਨ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੇਚਣ ਕਦੇ ਰੱਖਣ ਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਸਾਫ਼ ਮੋਟਰ ਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਦੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਸਾਫ਼ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਣੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਫ਼ ਖੜਿਆ ਟੈਂਕੀ ਪੇਂਟ ਹੋਈ ਵੀ ਆ ਹੈਂਡਲ ਮਿੰਗਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਇਧਰਲੇ ਮੜਗਾੜ ਦੇ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਇੱਕ 18 ਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ ਸੀ 10,000 ਉੱਤੇ ਲਾਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜਦ ਵੀਊ ਦਾ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਘੱਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਚਲਾ ਲਿਆ 5-4 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਠੀਕ
Okay, it's restarting, right?
ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਹਟੀ ਮੰਮੀ
Okay, you can remove that video later on anyways. Let it twister.
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਘਰੇ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਾ ਲਓ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਕਰਾ ਲਓ
So did you learn where did you make a mistake, Parminder? Okay. Would you like to share it with the others? So just in case if anybody else have the same issue, they're going to get it. Okay? So you can share this experience on discussion forum better. So enter the password, what I had mentioned, better to keep it. Password, the format, because it meets the password requirements for server. Password P underscore. You can keep this I open. On the right side, there's an I beside the password. Yes. So I can see what you're entering. Okay, do it and P underscore SSW0RD.
SSW
Zip W0RD.
W.
Your password has a O. O is a 0.
Is it right?
I don't think so. It's correct.
No.
Anyways, so you remember or match it. If password doesn't match, it's not gonna work for you. Just finish it. It doesn't match, you know. Capital P underscore.
Okay, capital P
underscore SSW0RD.
SSW0RD.
Not DE. D. Password is spelling. What is the password is spelling? PASSWRD, right?
Yeah.
We're just replacing some special characters to make it complex. Password need to be complex. So repeat the same thing in the second window.
Okay.
Going to type in the chat box, okay? So you follow from there. So you having difficulty to follow me in words, okay? Anyways, so I just have sent it. So try to keep this password for all the machines.
It's done.
Okay. So now what you're gonna do? Right click control in del key. Right click control. Right click. Right control.
Okay.
Right control and delete key. Two keys you're going to use. The one which is on the right side control. Keyboard has two sides. One is right side and another is left side.
The same password I have to put here?
Yes, the one you had entered.
Okay.
So that's going to be your system password.
Okay.
I like you to share this experience on discussion forum. The error you had it in the solution you followed along. So just in case in future, or maybe some people will still having some problems. So network connection you can configure later, or say yes or no, whatever you like. Anyways, you get to the local server. So don't forget to put your comments under the discussion forum, Parminder. I want you to place your comments in the solution. That is your name and server number, dash server number. And this will appear. So you will give me the screenshot, okay? I think you're good now?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
बाद में मैं पैसे दे दो गरम में रखने को मैं आज अच्छा नाम नहीं दूंगा बस।
1 second.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 sec ਅੱਗ ਲੱਗੂਗਾ ਪੈਟਰੋਲ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਪੈਟਰੋਲ ਲਿਆ ਦੋ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਛੱਡਦਾ ਨਾ ਵੇਚਾਂਗੇ ਗਾਂ ਬਣਾ ਲਿਆ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਵੇਚਾਂਗੇ
If you followed all those steps, you should be good. Correct? So those don't make any changes at this point on this screen. You can. I'm not saying that you cannot, but you can create a new partition even. You can load a driver at this point. But to make the things simple and easy peasy, just follow along with the default value. For now, next time, once you learn the things, you can make changes. All right, so anything else? That's it?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the point where I want you to continue. Once you have this is the lab environment, that's next time whenever I show you some demonstration, you have to perform it on your virtual machine on particular server number, which we had prepared. Okay, we talk about server core configuration in minimal interface. And delegation of control. Those things we addressed last time. So server core is basically this. Discussion forum is the place where you share your experience, right? That will be helpful for other people. You share your experience. I encourage you share your experience because other people shouldn't repeat the same mistakes, right? So that is important. That's how you're going to learn the things in better format. Okay, so those are the steps. The installation, the core is the server core. What's the difference? You selected server core, maybe just in case if you had, then you come up to this command prompt window, right? So there is some other stuff like the charm and how to get access to different features of server. If you hit the Windows and C, so this is what we call charm, Windows charm, right? Windows charm is just give you a quick access to different features where you can get or you can get to the right click, and from here you can also come and you can access the charm bar by pressing the key combination window key and the C. Windows, and that will give you the vertical bar. This is the charm, Windows charm. And um, then if you like to go to the setting, you like to do some search, and you can go to the setting and can make some changes to your system, keyboard, whatever. Okay. Um, so the question is, what if you already had GUI interface installed, and can you bring it down to the core? Yes, you can bring it down to the core. I'll walk you through the steps how can you do that, and that will be your next lab activity, part of next lab activity, somewhere where I will ask you to convert or demode your GUI interface into the core. I'm just trying to fix this window somewhere. Anyways, it's just flying. Don't worry. 1 second. Should be, because I want to keep an eye on chat box when I'm talking to you. That's the only way I can do that. Okay, so this is a server core, right? Server core, what's the difference? Core means just the main thing, the kernel itself, the server itself. No fancy thing, no graphical thing. But it can do the same job. What you can do with your graphical interface server version, right? So it can do the same job, but the thing is no fancy things are there to help you to click from this place to another icon. The things are, you need to issue the commands from command prompt to perform a particular task, so how are you going to do that? This is the graphical interface. You just have set it up on, you see your local machine and all those kind of things, and your charm screen, and then you have learned how to delegate the server administration from older to the newer version, which is 2012 release to okay, so how to configure offline server. Offline server means your server is down, right? So another server is, you had set up your two servers, right? So one is server 1 and another is server 3, right? So you server 2 is, let's suppose you're sitting here and you want to do the configuration and changes on server 2, which is off, right? So how would you do that? So in large scale, deployment, so we need to install, for instance, server on multiple machines, right? So, well, machines are not all necessary, it has to be turned on. So in large scale deployment, imaging technology will be the one of your strongest allies. So Microsoft has continued to evolve its imaging process through the enhancements made to the Windows Deployment Services, WDS. WDS, you're going to remember this term, right? Windows Deployment Services, which is basically used to configure any other machine as a server on your network. So historically speaking, updates to the image required the administrator to deploy a new computer from the image running through a customization or repackage the image and upload it back to the repository. So this is often a lengthy process, especially when only minor updates are required. So for these instances, Microsoft has provided the ability to inject the updates to the Windows image file, excuse me, Windows image file, WIM. So what we do, we basically over the network, we create an image file. Image file basically has a predefined setting like your username and your password or some personal configuration and some user information. So some organization information. The network admin create a WIM file and then it can be deployed to virtual hard disk or VHD, which you just have experience, or VHDX via the command line. So now the question is how to configure server roles remotely. So remote management of the server is extremely helpful for an administrator, especially in scenarios. What I can suggest you, if you guys are ready with 2 virtual machines running both servers and you have enough resources to run 2 server at a time. So what I can suggest you run your server in both servers which you had set it up. And from one server you can get to another server through the remote desktop. Did I turn it off? Oops. Okay. So this server, one of my servers. So what I'm gonna do, so local server, all servers. So right now it shows 2 servers there, right? So what I can do if I am sitting on this server, right? Let me turn off one of this. And see if I can get to server 2. So I suggest you turn on your both server. Are you guys ready with both server running? Right? And log into the both servers and have them like on server manager. Be on server manager.
কি বললো ম্যাম?
ma'am.
So all you need to do is select, right click it, and you need to add server. Add your another server. What is name you had selected there. So you can put, right now you don't have domain names active directory. You're going to select this DNS name or you write down. Okay. I think we better install DNS first, and then I'll ask you to have this remote connection, because I think without DNS you cannot search your server, right? So once you have install the DNS role on your machine, then you can move around on the network, because DNS has an entry of the server. Okay, so let's suppose you have the DNS entry, and I'll tell you in the next step how to do, because someone asked me how to do the remote desktop. So right now I am on server 2. So what if I want to go from server 2 to server 1? So I'm gonna do that remote desktop. So once you enter the password, it will take you to the machine which you like to connect. Okay, so you can configure the role as a remote desktop server as well. So remote desktop management of the server is extremely helpful for an administrative purpose. Before remote desktop the remote server must be configured to enable the remote desktop management. How do you enable the remote desktop management? You go to the server and make sure that you have it enabled under the local server. So this is remote desktop enabled, right? So you click on it, and there you can allow the permission, right? Or check the users just in case administrator it selected. You can check it under the name. Okay. So connect it, and then you can get to this particular server. So I have already added it before. So you make sure it on the machine that you have enabled the remote desktop. Should be enabled to all the machines which you like to configure. Another thing I want to tell you, so there is also one option, so you can configure SM remoting. which basically enables or disable remote desktops. So if you go to PowerShell and you run it SM remoting from there, so that's gonna connect your let me show you here. Oops. So PowerShell is a command line utility which
Excuse me,
if
ma'am.
I'm running from if I'm running from here
Only one
on
server is
server
showing.
2. Huh?
Only one server is
So
showing in my virtual machine.
sorry, just one second. SM so you run it SM remoting, configure SM remoting. So this is the PowerShell window, right? This parallelogram, blue parallelogram. PowerShell is a command line. It's just an enhanced version of DOS prompt. So which allows the network admin to manage the network task without using the GUI interface. Configure and you can enable it. So you can use switch. Let's see if we have it already. Manager remoting is enabled, right? So you can just say -get on this machine and also do the same thing on the other machine. On other machine. SM remoting, configure SM remoting. It's the same thing which you can okay, you can change the computer name as well from the PowerShell. If someone has question?
I'm in all servers, only one server showing.
Sorry?
On the previous step that you showed, there's only one server for the remote control desktop. I can't access the second server.
Well, you have to turn on both server first.
They're both turned on and they're both enabled.
Okay, so make sure that they have a remote desktop enabled.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you go to all server, right click it.
All server, right click.
Yeah, all server, right click.
Add servers?
Yes, you go to all servers.
Yes, ma'am.
From here, server manager. All server.
Directory.
And no, Active Directory is not set up on your computer yet. And you will learn it later. So add servers. And domain DNS is also not enabled. So you have to wait until I tell you how to set up a DNS server on role on your server. Without having DNS role, you can try it by computer name under the search. Search it computer what is the name of second server. Enter it here.
Okay.
It may detect, but ideally you should have DNS role assigned. Well, I had already this one. I'll demote this as a DNS server role.
No, and then it didn't find out. No entry
it couldn't
found.
No entry found the exact the same name you have it, right? Because the domain name server will do the search for you. So don't worry, I'll go step by step. Okay. So first do this setting and then make it prepare, have some role assigned, and then you can search it And Active Directory will do it later, but the DNS, once you set up the DNS role, then you can find it there. DNS basically domain name service, and it helps to find the domain name is what is server 1, server 2, something like that, right? So you set it up on your machine.
So as of now, we can't add servers.
Well, you can add it once you have set up DNS. Other servers, other computers, because it need to be.
Which you will teach us later on, right?
Today we
Okay.
were working, not finish it, right? Because I just spent some time with some other, like helping to one of your classmates. Anyways, so we configure the services. If you know how to get to there, so you can access services .msc. If you go to the server and right click it, right click and run. There you can type in services.msc. So this is the service window, MMC. This is Microsoft Management Console. Those windows called MMCs. So we will work with a variety of different MMCs in this operating system environment. So whether you're using Windows 10, whatever, MMC is always there. So you can get to the from Windows 10 also, but that has a different set of MMCs. The different set of services. Not all, some basic are same, like print server or print spooler. If you scroll it down to Hyper-V guest, and something like print spooler. If you click on P letter, so go to print spooler, see if it is running, just in case if you need to print something from your server, you need to connect to the print server, right? So all you need to, okay, someone reminded my prom is break time. Okay, so you want to break?
Yes,
have
ma'am.
break, really? Okay, so you're gonna come back after, you're gonna come back not after at 2 o'clock. Okay, I'm stopping myself on this window. Yes, we will
When would we
continue.
do, ma'am, attendance?
Attendance in break?
No,
Really?
ma'am. When, ma'am, I am asking when would we?
When would
The
you
end
do
of the
it?
class?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'll answer it later. I'm hiding this answer. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. See you after break.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So shall we continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So what we were talking about, how to get to the services, right? So you can run the services by typing in services MMC. So by typing in under the run window, services.msc. So that will take you to the service MMC. Those are different MMCs, Microsoft Management Console. This is what we call Microsoft Management Console. So it lists all the services server is currently running. So you being a network admin, you can, if some service, like someone is trying to print something, right, and then job is stuck in the queue, so you can select the print spooler, or you can stop the service and resume the service, or restart the service, or then this service is now stopped, right? At this point, if I try to connect my, if I try to print something from my server, it will give me the error message, because the spooler service, spooler is a queue, print queue, right? So it line up all the print jobs there. So if I stopped it there, then it it won't let me to print it. So if I make some service manual or automatic, manual means I have to manually start, stop, pause, or automatic means once I say stop, then it's going to restart it automatically, right? So you can try it at your end, those kind of things. And there are a variety of service, remote desktop service, for instance. You can start, stop, and restart, right? Just in case if it is giving you trouble. But the trouble you said that this is another thing, that's the DNS thing, you need to set it up, okay? So we will come to that point, don't worry. So you set up the service in nick theming, I think I had mentioned last time. Did I mention this part in last class, in Sunday class? Nick theming means a theme of network interface card. Theme of network interface card means server. You know, server is a sensitive device on network, right? So it is responsible to manage the traffic. So what if the server stop, if network connection is malfunctioning at the server side? So if you disconnect it from the network, just in case it happens, right? So then what gonna happen soon? Well, it's not gonna only disconnect you, but it also disconnect all other users which are connected to your server. So the thing is, we figure it out by nick theming. Nick theming is an load balancing tool, LBFO. Load balancing means you see here nick theming is disabled right now. So if I enable it, so that will ask me which other network adapter you like to theme it with, right? So theme means if what if one network adapter is failed, well, server comes with more than one network adapter card. So if not, then you can have a virtual adapters, right? If that server you think has only one network adapter, by default every device has one network adapter. So every computer device, I mean. But if you don't have the second one available on your system, so you can virtualize the network adapter and then you can theme them together, right? So what gonna be benefit of it? It's basically it provides load balancing failover. That's a terminology related to the troubleshooting. What if one network adapter, one NIC is stopped working in that server machine, right? So the another NIC will take over the control of the network and manage the traffic without any disruption for the users. So it's a strategy which is used to increase the network availability and overall performance. This is how we make the high availability. High availability is very important in network. High availability means network server is available all the time, whenever, 24/7. Server should be available 24/7 because user can connect the resource at any time, right? So multiple network interface cards are joined together and operate as a single entity. So nick theming was left for the manufacturer earlier to provide it as a tool. Now you can theme it, and it is the part of the Windows Server tool to provide the following those capabilities. Like high availability means a server can contain multiple network cards and each connected to a different network switch part of the same network segment. So this scenario provides a high network link available in the event of single NIC failure and single switch failure or single link failure. Those servers are connected, one machine is connected over on the network, how they are connected to, just like this. Not really, there is a switch in between, right? Switch is another network device which has multiple ports or multiple NIC interface card installed on there, right? So you connect your machine to the switch, and switch in turn on the other side connect to the other machine on the network, right? So switch is basically kind of bridging them. So if this link failure is this link stop working, then it can go to another link, right? Quickly. So it provides increased
Ma'am,
throughput. Yes.
we can't see your shared screen.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, it's distinct.
Yes, ma'am.
Why you didn't mention it earlier? Oh my God. When you just now it was disconnected or no?
No, ma'am. From the start, it's
Okay.
going.
So notify me if you had a kind of problem of communication, like it's not seeing screen or cannot hear me. So use the chat box in that case.
Yeah, ma'am. That time we were just thinking about that. It's a right time to say it, or are we correct or not? That's why we were thinking about that. And
Oh, you
then,
don't, you overthink, you overthought. Don't
yeah,
overthought.
ma'am.
Don't overthought. By the time you finish the class,
Why
you're
you
gonna
are
say, hey,
overthinker, bro?
yeah, so you're gonna say, hey, Bushra, you finished the class. We didn't look anything at what did you explain? Yeah, what did you explain? That's not good then. I cannot just keep repeating this stuff. So this is the window. I don't have this option enabled on my machine because I just using limited resources with the virtual machine, right? So, but anyways, you can add on real physical network at a server. So we add multiple Ethernet cards. So you can see here Ethernet 1, Ethernet 2, and then it can just in case if and then they team together. Team means working. What is the team means, right? We are a team, right? Are we a team? We working in a team, right? Correct, right? Working together.
Yes, ma'am.
Working together, and we are playing our roles in a group, in a big group, right? So that happens in NIC teaming. Team adapters they work together as a single entity. Just in case if one is failed, the another will take automatically. Makes sense, right? So this is some basic configuration which you have to consider. Let me tell you one more thing. Server core. Now the point is how to get to the server core, right? So default. And once you have installed the server core, how do you I think I can demonstrate you. 1 second. So once you, let's suppose you had a server core like this, you turn on the server machine, and instead of having the fancy desktop and server manager and local server, etc., but all you see this black and white Windows screen. This looks like in command prompt, but is basically the core command line interface. Command line interface. We abbreviate it CLI. CLI. You might have used those terms in other operating systems we're working with, like Linux has CLI. It's only CLI, command line interface, where you issue the commands for each and every task rather than clicking like you were looking to add a server, right? So instead of having right click and click there and click there, so select this and that is what we call GUI interface, graphical user. So you have to type in the command, right? Exactly what you like to do. For instance, you want to rename your computer, you want to connect to the join the domain, so you can issue the commands. So server core is default installation options. Once you get there, so want to change some computer name. So all you need to do, you run sconfig from the server core, and sconfig or server configuration is the utility which basically helps the network admin to do a variety of tasks in one window. Menu options. So what task you can see here, if you run as config from your server core. Don't do it now because you don't have core right now ready, but I'm just preparing you. I'm preparing, giving you the background so you can then follow along the demonstration. So domain, for instance, you want to change the domain, you want to join a domain or work group, or want to rename your computer, etc., update network adapter, all those kind of basic settings. So you can do it using this by selecting option 1, 2, 3, and then you good to go. So administrator or the essential tools, I think those things I explained earlier, right? So how do you configure for minimal interface? Okay, so uninstall Windows features, server GUI shell remove. What if I do this one, right? I can do it on one of my server. Oh, let me show you. This server. So what if I'm going to, you know, this one, this PowerShell. So you go to the PowerShell and you type in there, but you don't do it right away. Okay, just watch me. How do I do that? Uninstall. What I have it. This is server 1. I had some other server. So Windows feature. That's a Windows features, right? So whenever we need to install, if I need to install some Windows feature, I would write down here install dash Windows features. This is how the PowerShell commands work. So first we write down the verb and then noun, right? What? So this is what, and then I'm writing dash now. This is the format of PowerShell commands. So what feature I want to install? I want to install server GUI feature. So server, that's not the case sensitive, but we could just go with the particular capital and shell. Then I'm going to say dash remove. Okay. Uninstall. There we go. Why? So it's uninstalling Windows features, server GUI shell. So I must restart computer, not a problem. So I can get to this restart screen, control, or I can go from the restart it. And this here works. So now my the GUI interface is going to be clipped off or ripped off, better word, and you will see what going to you have now. So this is a PowerShell tool, so you can uninstall any Windows features using this command. Well, all you need to do, you have to have an additional server, right? Don't do it on your machine now, until I ask you to do it. Well, I'm just wondering, are we going to have this class for 3 hours every day?
No, ma'am. It's for today. No.
No.
Is only for today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the reason?
Because ma'am, on
Because, ma'am, we
the
missed
first 3 days we
two
don't have a
classes.
class.
Well, we missed 2 classes only, right?
3.
4 hours. 3 classes?
3 or 4, I guess. 4.
How come? Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh God. Anyways, we gotta do what we have to. See the difference? Shouldn't have this one. Okay, I think because I have is attached to another server, I have to remove it from server 2, otherwise this cannot be. Please remove it. So this is our server core, and if I just get to the SFC, so this is the tool where so where you can type in the commands and where you can issue the command. sconfig. So this is the menu. So you can check one computer name. For instance, I select number 2 option. So what is the new name I want to give it? This one, for instance. Server 1. Administrator. Password need to be entered. Okay, it's connected to the domain. So with this one, it's basically connected to the domain server, but I had removed it already. I have to restart it. So you can so you can just run exit, or you can say shut down for it's asking the reason, so you can simply say you can type in exit as well to shut it down, or you can restart the machine. So this is server core is basically is just you have to manage from the command prompt. So are you guys okay?
Yes, ma'am. Seems like we are okay.
Sounds like okay, right? Or feels like okay. Okay. That's good. We supposed to do anything along? Good question. So, well, you can remove the roll core, but what I can suggest you before doing this, well, that's a good question. What I can suggest you make a duplicate copy, right? So what duplicate copy you let it to finish. All you can do, go to the server and clone it. You can clone. You can clone it, then you can have one copy of your extra copy of the server, which you can just do those things. And tomorrow I'll ask you to go step by step, and just like you did your first lab, because I have to look at your first lab. What did you do there, right? That's why I'm not telling you to do any setting. I need to make sure that you guys were okay with that part. Then I'll ask you the next setting on your machine, So right now this is supposed to be the only server core, right? It shouldn't come up with any other. So this is the server core. So if I need to go to any management task, I have to write down here, right? So this is without graphical interface. Yes, you can make a clone if you like to follow me at this point, right? So clone your server, one of the server, and then you can just strip off your graphical user interface using the PowerShell command. So this is one of the method I'm telling you, right? This is a little tricky because this first time you're doing, so I want you to just understand first what I'm doing, then you can jump into the action. So this is the command we use anytime we need to do some uninstallation of Windows feature. What is the Windows features? Well, we're going to install a couple of other features like DNS roles. Different features will install. So when we need to install different features, we write down install here, right? And when we need to uninstall any of the features, then we write down uninstall. So this is the name of the feature which we want to uninstall. I said that strip off server GUI shell, and this is default. This is optional, so you may or may not write it down. Enter it. Okay, so you can enter the computer name change. I mentioned it earlier, or you can rename your computer using the netdom utility. This is another command line interface, netdom. So netdom helps you to join or remove a computer from an domain, right? So this is the format of netdom, network domain. That's an abbreviation. So bunch of there are several CLI commands we will work on as we proceed in this course. A bit different. So net in a different set of commands. Net DOM, and then you rename. What do you want to do here? So you want to rename the computer, or you want to join the computer. So if you like to rename, so you can provide the computer name like this, and person, computer name, and then new name, whatever the new name you would like to assign, you can assign it there. This is one of the way. Otherwise, you can do this one, the same job by getting into your server, local server. That's the graphical interface, and click on the computer name, and then you can change your computer name from there. All right, question? No question? Really?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Um, So what do you do between our morning class and in this class in between? Do you have any
There is
class or
one more class, ma'am, in between.
really? So you guys
Ma'am.
are working hard. Which class is go there?
Our classes start at 7:30 and it's end up like 3 p.m.
So long.
Ma'am, so long.
Yeah.
3 p.m. means in evening, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
According to Canadian time.
Yes, Canada. So this time doesn't suit your local time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe. Well,
It
this
also
is
ends up at 8, but we have to do at 7:30. It's too difficult, madam.
so 7:30 is for me is difficult, not for you, right? So the priority is given to you, not to me. You know that?
Yes,
Don't you
ma'am.
know that? You know. So what is the timing? It's good time for you, like, and hey, they because those guys are having evening time, so no matter what time I have it there. So they schedule me, but that could be possible for online, but not in person class. And nobody go to here for 7:30 class in Canada. You know, I guarantee you. You know. Anyways, so let's get to. But that's because of the physics that's not in person, so we don't have to commute. Otherwise, we have to commute pretty long, and for having a 7:30 class, you should be quite like 2 hours. You should be ready for at least 2 hours earlier. So this is another way to remove the GUI interface from the graphical user interface. So if you get to, let's see, I think I can restart this here. Restart like this. Why? So we can assign or remove the role from the role assignment. So role is basically, you know, is a task you assign it to the server. What task this server is going to most probably perform along with the basic one. So you rename computer or you join the computer using the nettom utility. So you can convert between GUI and a graphical user interface. So the one I used it to to uninstall the features, right? So I can use the install Windows feature in server GUI management infrastructure in server GUI shell. Let's keep it like this. So I'm going to do one more thing here. What's that? Good question. Okay, so uninstall Windows features. Well, it's on I posted in under the links those things. Windows feature, server. I would say this time I removed the shell, right? So server GUI, management infrastructure, MGMT dash infra. So there are two components basically. One I had already removed, and then I'm gonna say restart machine. Restart will auto restart machine once it is done. Okay. Oh, that's my mistake. That's my mistake. You know what's the mistake is? Someone can tell me what's the mistake here. If you are more observing and watching.
Ma'am,
Yes, go ahead. What's the mistake? There's nothing wrong with the command, but the mistake is not from the command line interface. It has to be run from the shell. And so shell is need to be run from PowerShell, not from command line interface, right? So shell I have already removed it. Okay, so the another method is you can just use the interface. by the time it's turning on. Anyways, so you need to run those two commands once you had a duplicate version of your server, or you create a clone of your server, right? So you can convert it to the GUI interface, and you can remove the GUI interface using those two commands. Another method is assigning using roles and features in services. Roles is basically defines the primary function of the server. For instance, a web server role, or IIS server, a print server role, right? Or DNS server role, or Active Directory roles, right? So ADDS. So those will come up as we follow along this course phase. So features is basically roles, and features are two things, right? So roles, those are the roles, right? So server can do the can work as a print server, can work as a domain name server, can work as an ADDS, Active Directory domain name server. Features are smaller modules, typically with a single purpose. So a management tool, for instance, an extension of optional components, you can have it. So if you go to the tool, so you see here add roles and feature, and remove roles and features, or you can add servers from here as well, or create some groups, server groups. Anyways, so the tools are those are the different once you have set up some roles, like I had it Active Directory domain server roles here installed on this machine, right? So this you can see those tools here, ADDS and ADDS Active Directory domain and trust, and Active Directory modules for Windows, PowerShell, and Active Directory sites and services. Those first five tools are all related to ADDS Active Directories. And then there are some component services. As you're going to add the roles, like DNS roles you have added, for instance, so you would see the DNS MMC would be available once you click on the DNS MMC. Now the question is how to do it using the graphical tool. So you can use it from add and remove features, and then you follow along, for instance, this path, right? So follow the what do you want to do? You want to, for instance, install something, or you want to remove, so you need to select it. So you want to remove roles and features, or you want to add roles and features, right? So what if you go to your original server, which you have it, let me tell you there quickly. This one I'm going to shutting it down. Server, this is what I set up with you last Sunday. So now we're going to assign a DNS role to this server. I think I'll show you tomorrow this step, because if I initiate it now, we won't be able to finish.
Okay, ma'am.
Do you have a question up to here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
so remember
No, ma'am.
roles. So difference between roles, features, and services. Features are just a small management tools, and services, as I showed you under the service.msc, those are the small programs that are continuously running in the background. You don't see them, they are running, but they are continuously running in the background and waiting for a client to send a request. So you can use Server Manager to add roles and features visitors, so you can add multiple server to the Server Manager interface to deploy the roles and feature to the. So this is the window which I showed you earlier under the server. So you select add roles and feature wizard, and then you click on next. Excuse me. And then you're going to select what type of roles you're going to set up there, right? So server roles. So for instance, you want to set up what server roles? For instance, you want to set up DNS server roles, right? Or you want to set up Active Directory service role. You want to set up some remote access, right? Or remote desktop services, right? So remote desktop services should be enabled there as well. So you can. So what I can suggest you can, other than Active Directory in DNS, you can just play around with remote access or remote desktop and go to the next window, and then it comes up on this window. This is the default settings, so you just follow along with the default setting, featured wizard, and then it's asking you, do you select, do you want to set up those roles? So you can just click on the roles which you like to select, like Windows WID database or WSUS services in the database, and then you can click on next, and then it will take you to the next page, and you can finish it after that, right? So that's the process. Another way to add and remove the roles using the graphical user interface. One is using the command prompt of the PowerShell prompt, where you have to explicitly type in. So once you have selected the roles, it asks you which server you want to do it on. So you select the server, the current server, or any other remote server you may select if you want to assign this role to the remote server, right? Which is, for instance, server 2 from server 1. So you want to set up this role for server 2 from server 1. Then you can just add them here, and it will set up the roles on your computer. So services configuration, I think should be good. So I'll give you a further demonstration about add roles in Feature Wizard. So just make sure that you have 2 servers ready and up and running. So then we can perform some demonstration. You can follow along my demonstration there. Yes, attendance. Okay. Assignment. Yes. You want me to do it now? Well, that's a good question, but let me try it. So once I do the roll call, then I will check your assignments. Okay. I would better initiate it earlier, so that's gonna be helpful if I can tell you the verbal feedback at that point, right? For instance, so this is correct, this is not correct. Okay. So next time, what I'm suggesting you, let me know if you agree with that or not. So this is the first lab you had completed. Thank you for your participation, and
thank you, ma'am.
And hopefully that you were able to set up your server 1 and server 2. I'll check it. I'll try to check it after the attendance. Next time I'm asking your suggestions. So next time I'll give you some demonstration for lab 2 in next setting. By the time you're working on it, maybe you won't be able to catch me at the same times. Like some of you, like having issues and stuck or something like that happens. It's normal. for first time it is difficult to catch me at the same time. Maybe if you're really focusing, then you can follow along at the same pace. So normally I go slowly, right? But just in case if you missed me. So after an hour discussion in explanation in demonstration tomorrow, I'll ask you to do it at your site, and then meantime I'll do the grading. I'll check it at the what did you submit at the same time. That's will have two positive points. Just in case if you made a mistake, I can immediately tell you, and then you can go and fix it at your site. Is that okay? So this is how I can interactively check your contents. But first I give you some demonstration for our next activity, right? The
Yes,
formal,
ma'am.
and then by the time you're doing those setting, I'll go to your assignment, not assignment, it's not assignment, it's a lab one. So lab, and I'll grade it, and I'll return the feedback to you. And then that's going to be kind of interactive checking. Would you like me to do it, or you like me to leave it to some other time and do it offline? You are the boss. You can suggest me. I'll follow along. Okay. All right. So let's get to the attendance before we leave. So well, we worked for the catch-up time, which we have missed earlier for some reason, for some technical or non-technical or unforeseen reason. But I don't have an explicit label for this, right? Like I'm saying, it is day 5. It's not really day 5. It's basically day 6, right? That is day 6 because we covered up some contents there. 6 and 7. This is we covered up the 1 hour before, I think Saturday, and Saturday we had 3 hours class, and today we had it. So that's basically cover up like what we missed the contents. Akashdeep there.
Present, ma'am. Akashdeep present, ma'am.
Amandeep. Amanveer.
Amandeep present, ma'am.
Amanveer present or Amandeep present?
Amandeep, ma'am.
Okay. Arjun.
Present, ma'am.
Arshdeep.
Present, ma'am.
Gurinder.
Present, ma'am.
Gurleen.
Present, ma'am.
Gurman Jor.
Present, ma'am.
Harmeet Singh.
Present, ma'am.
Jaspal Singh.
Present, ma'am.
Jetan Preet Kaur. Jetan Preet Kaur. Absent.
No, ma'am, her mic is not working.
So ask her to respond in the chat.
Okay.
Joganpreet Singh.
Present, ma'am.
Joganpreet Singh number 2. Kiranbir Singh.
Present, ma'am.
Balvinder.
Present, ma'am. Kulwinder Singh.
Lafpreet.
Lapit Kaur present, ma'am.